welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the absolute chaos happening in Genoa City and beyond. Grab your coffee and settle in, because the breaking news we have for you today is going to blow your mind. Let's get right into the madness. So Sharon Newman is in Las Vegas, and let me tell you, it is a total nightmare situation. She just could not sit still in Genoa City anymore, not after that phone call. You know the one I am talking about, where Nick sounded like he was underwater, sluggish, high on fentanyl. And Sharon just knew deep down in her gut that something was horribly wrong. Her mama bear instincts kicked into high gear immediately. So she packed a bag in a panic. She got on that plane with Chelsea Lawson. Chelsea is out there looking for Adam and his whole messy spider situation with Riza, but Sharon is on a completely different mission. She is hunting for Nick. And she's walking straight into hell without even realizing it. But finding a guy in Sin City isn't easy, especially when that guy is being held hostage by a literal psychopath. Matt Clark, the man who hates Nick Newman more than anyone else on the planet. And Matt has been playing a very long, very sick game, a twisted game. He lured Nick out there. He got his own guy, Justin, to sell Nick the fentanyl, plus a little something extra in the bag, to make sure Nick was completely incapacitated and out of his mind. And it worked perfectly. Nick walked right into the trap like a total amateur. Got ambushed from behind in his hotel room. A bag shoved over his head, tied up on the floor of a dark, dirty storage room. And now Sharon is out there desperately looking for him, terrified of what she might find. And somehow, against all odds, she actually finds the place. We don't even know exactly how she tracks him down yet. Maybe she got a tip. Maybe she followed a hunch or bribed someone on the strip. But she finds the hideout. It is this grim, nasty storage facility, far away from the bright lights and the casinos. No neon out here, just shadows and dirt and danger. And Sharon is sneaking around the perimeter. Her heart is probably pounding out of her chest. She is terrified of what she is going to find behind those heavy metal doors, because she knows Matt Clark is incredibly dangerous. He is unhinged, and he has absolutely nothing to lose at this point. So she breaks in. She actually breaches the hideout all by herself. And the scene inside is just horrifying, pure nightmare fuel for anyone, let alone someone who loves Nick as much as Sharon does. She steps into the dim, flickering light, and there he is, Nick Newman. The big, strong, wealthy hero of Genoa City. Reduced to this pathetic state, he is heavily sedated, tied up tight, barely conscious. The fentanyl is just coursing through his veins, shutting his body down. He looks like a ghost, pale, sweating profusely, completely helpless on the cold concrete floor. And Sharon just freezes in the doorway. The shock of seeing him like that hits her like a massive freight train. But she doesn't even have time to process the horror of it all, because Matt Clark is right there, stepping out of the dark corners like a classic horror movie villain. And he is smiling. That sick, smug, arrogant smirk on his face. He isn't surprised to see her at all. He isn't panicked that his secret hideout has been breached by an outsider. He is calm, way too calm. And that is honestly the scariest part of this whole ordeal. Matt just looks at Sharon and laughs, a cold, dead laugh. Like this is all a big joke to him, a game of chess. And he is holding all the winning pieces while she is just a pawn. And then things escalate so fast. Matt moves with terrifying speed. He grabs Nick. He hauls him up or positions him in a way that makes Nick a human shield. Not that Nick could fight back anyway. He is totally out of it. The drugs have completely paralyzed his muscles and his mind. But Matt uses him anyway. He holds a weapon. He makes it very clear that he is in total, absolute control of the room. And Sharon is just standing there, unarmed, vulnerable, watching the father of her children being used as a meat shield by a raving lunatic. It is a visual that will probably haunt her for the rest of her life. So Matt lays out the rules of his new twisted game. And it is the most messed up ultimatum you could ever possibly imagine. He looks Sharon dead in the eye, with zero empathy. And he tells her she has a choice to make right now. A terrible, impossible choice. She can sacrifice herself. She can trade her own life for Nick's life. Or she can stand there and watch Matt kill Nick right in front of her. Just execute him. Right there on the dirty floor of a Vegas storage room, while she watches helplessly. He puts the decision entirely on her shoulders. Just think about the dark psychology of that for a second. Matt doesn't just want to kill Nick physically. He told Nick that earlier when they were alone. Killing him is too easy and too fast. He wants to destroy him slowly. He wants to feed him drugs until he forgets his own name. But now Sharon is here, and Matt wants to torture her too. He wants to break her mind into a million pieces. By forcing her to choose between her own survival and Nick's survival, it is sadistic, it is pure evil. And it shows just how deep Matt's toxic hatred for the entire Newman family really goes. He wants them all to suffer unimaginably, and Sharon is panicking. Of course she is panicking. Who wouldn't be losing their mind in that situation? But she is also a trained counselor. She has a background in clinical therapy. She knows how to talk to people who are in crisis. She knows how to de-escalate violent situations. Or at least, she thinks she does, so she tries to use those professional skills. She takes a deep, shaky breath. She tries to steady her trembling voice. And she starts talking to Matt, not as an enemy holding a weapon, but as a patient, as a deeply broken man who is hurting inside. She tries to touch on his past pain. She brings up the dark history between them all. The trauma he suffered. She tries to validate his twisted feelings. She tells him she knows he has been hurt badly in the past. She knows he feels wronged by Nick, wronged by Victor, wronged by the whole damn world. She is throwing every clinical psychology trick in the book at him, trying to reach the human being buried underneath all that rage and vengeance. She is speaking softly, pleading with him to put the weapon down, to just walk away and start over, to end the vicious cycle of violence before it destroys them all. It is a completely desperate move, a total Hail Mary pass. She is literally trying to therapy a psychopath out of committing murder while he is holding a heavily drugged hostage. And for a split second, you almost wonder if it might actually work. You wonder if maybe Matt has a tiny shred of humanity left inside his dark soul. Maybe Sharon's gentle words are penetrating that thick, stubborn skull of his. Maybe he will remember that he used to be a somewhat normal guy before all this toxic hatred consumed his entire existence. You hold your breath watching it. But no, not Matt Clark. He just stands there, listening to her amateur therapy session with a blank stare. And then he smirks again, that cold, dead, terrifying smirk. He looks at Sharon with absolute, unfiltered contempt. He mocks her. He actually laughs out loud at her pathetic attempt to psychoanalyze him in a dirty storage room. He tells her she has absolutely no idea what she is dealing with. He doesn't care about healing his inner child. He doesn't care about closure or moving on. He only cares about pain. Nick's pain, Sharon's pain, Noah's pain, the whole Newman family's endless pain. And then he drops the biggest bombshell of all. The twist that just makes your stomach drop straight to the floor. Matt tells Sharon that she didn't track him down. She didn't cleverly find his secret hideout using her detective skills. He wanted her to find it. He left a breadcrumb trail for her. He anticipated her every single move. He knew she would come running to Vegas the second she realized Nick was in deep trouble. He knew her mama bear instincts wouldn't let her stay away. He played her like a cheap fiddle. He reveals that this was his master plan all along. He told Nick earlier that he was going to go after Noah, Sienna, and Sharon, and here she is, delivering herself right to his doorstep without him having to lift a finger. Like a perfectly wrapped gift, Matt just laughs at her shock. He tells her she walked right into a massive trap, a trap he set specifically for her and her bleeding heart. And now she is stuck, with no way out, no backup coming. Just her, a heavily sedated Nick, and a psycho with a weapon and a flawless master plan. The realization hits Sharon like a physical blow to the chest. You can just imagine the look of sheer horror on her face. The absolute, crushing despair. She thought she was being the brave hero. She thought she was rescuing Nick from the bad guy. But instead, she just made things infinitely worse for everyone. She gave Matt exactly what he wanted, 2 Newmans for the price of 1. And she has no idea how to get out of this mess. Her therapy tricks failed miserably. Her rescue mission failed catastrophically. She is completely at his mercy. And let's not forget about poor Nick in all of this chaos. He is completely useless right now. The fentanyl has him totally paralyzed and trapped in his own body. He can probably hear what is going on around him. He can probably hear Sharon begging for his life and crying. But he can't move a single muscle. He can't speak. He can't protect the woman he loves. And that is going to destroy him mentally. If they somehow survive this, the guilt Nick is going to feel will be astronomical. Knowing Sharon walked into a deadly trap because of his stupid, reckless drug addiction. Because this all traces back to Nick's incredibly bad choices. Buying the drugs, trusting a shady dealer like Justin, going rogue in Vegas instead of asking for help. He basically handed Matt the keys to his own destruction on a silver platter. And now Sharon is paying the ultimate price for his mistakes. Matt is in total control of the narrative. He has the upper hand in every possible way. And the tension is just off the charts right now. What is Sharon going to do? Will she actually sacrifice herself to save Nick? Will she try to fight back physically? Or will someone else show up at the last possible second? Maybe Chelsea will realize Sharon is missing from the hotel and come looking for her. Maybe Adam will finally pull himself away from Riza and Spider's dark world long enough to realize his brother and his ex are in mortal danger. Or maybe Victor's emergency family meeting back in Genoa City will result in a heavily armed rescue squad hitting Vegas. But right now, in that dirty, isolated storage room, it is just Matt's world. And Sharon and Nick are just dying in it. It is raw, it is terrifying. And it is some of the most intense drama we have seen on the show in a very long time. Just a total unmitigated disaster for the Newman family. So we have to ask ourselves, how far is Matt really willing to go? He says he wants to torture them, but if Sharon calls his bluff, will he actually pull the trigger? Matt has always been a wild card, but this version of him is completely unhinged. He has been planning this revenge for years. Every detail was meticulously crafted. The drugs, the text messages, the kidnapping, the trap for Sharon. It is a masterpiece of evil, and Sharon is right in the center of the web. Her counseling background is useless against a man who doesn't want to be fixed. He just wants to break things, and right now, he is breaking the Newmans. And honestly, I don't see a clean way out of this. Even if they escape, the psychological damage is done. Nick's addiction is fully exposed. Sharon's trauma is going to be massive. And Matt Clark will still be out there, laughing in the shadows. The writers are really pushing the envelope with this storyline. It is dark, it is gritty, and it is keeping us all on the edge of our seats. We will be watching every single episode to see how this Vegas nightmare unfolds. Because right now, things are looking incredibly bleak for Nick and Sharon, and Matt Clark is winning the war.